Hi everyone, today me and Mr. John will teach you how to solve the lateral pelvic tilt or the left AIC right BC pattern. Everything I'm sharing here is a copyrighted intellectual property of Postural Restoration Institute. To learn more, you can visit their website. So what is a left AIC right BC pattern? People call it the lateral pelvic tilt or the right dominant pattern. Postural Restoration Institute calls it the left AIC right BC pattern. In simple language, you can see a right shoulder that is depressed in relation to the left. We'll see uneven shoulders, and then we'll see a right hip hike. So what is the reason behind this asymmetry? PRI is the science of asymmetry. PRI explains we are not symmetrical beings. Humans are asymmetrical by nature. And due to the asymmetry of the internal organs, the body is going to shift to the right side. 90% of the population is right-handed. And PRI says even if you are left-handed, internally you are right dominant because you have a very heavy organ liver on the right side of the body. Our right lung is heavier than the left lung. We have three lobes on the right, two lobes on the left. Even the left side and the right side of the brain functions differently. Left side of the brain controls the right side of the body. Left side of the brain has more cortical sensory neurons. That means the level of sequencing, timing, and comfort will be always greater on the right side. And due to this, most of the people will have this left AC, right BC pattern. In this pattern, we'll see a right shoulder drop and a right hip hike. You can see this area is being closed off like this. So these muscles are going to be tight and there is a prominent left rib flare. So the left rib is sticking out. So this is how the person will stand. The pelvis is rotated to the right side. The whole body will turn to the right side. This is the right shift of the pelvis or the rotation of the pelvis to the right side. But to walk, I have to keep my body straight. So the upper thoracic area will counter rotate back to the left. So here we have a lower body that is going to the right. And then we have upper body that is counter rotating back to the left so that my eyes can stay on level. Plus the cervical spine is going to the right, but I have to see forward so my neck will side bend to the left. So what you will see that majority of the people will have a right eyebrow that is higher than the left and their head will rest in this position. The person will feel comfortable while standing on the right leg, and when the person will go to the left, the knee will automatically lock. Most people fail to resolve this lateral pelvic tilt because they start with a very complex exercise. People go on internet, they research about the lateral pelvic tilt, and suddenly they come across the content of Neil Hallinan or Connor Harris, and they start with some complex exercises like 90-90 hip shift, 90-90 hemi-bridge. These are very complex and advanced exercises. PRI exercises are not easy. And before implementing the complex exercises, you must nail down the basics. And breathing is the most fundamental part. This is what most people get wrong. They don't know how to breathe in these breathing drills. And 90-90 hip shift is a very complex exercise. You need to start with something basic. Before working on the pelvis, we start with breathing. We learn how to breathe because through breathing, we are shifting the body from sympathetic to parasympathetic state. These are neurosensory exercises. So at first, you need to calm down the nervous system so that we can get into the parasympathetic state. That is rest and digest state of the body. What almost every PRI exercise is doing is to help you to access the left side of the body because body is shifted to the right side. But to access the left side, we need to get into parasympathetic state. Only then the right side will let go and we can activate the left. First, learn to relax your body through right breathing. Then we'll start with the rib cage. First, clear the breathing, then work on the rib cage, then work on the pelvic exercises. Now comes the solution. So when practicing breathing, we are going to focus more on the exhalation part. So we are going to exhale all air out of the body. So this is going to be a soft sigh exhale. This is incorrect. Be relaxed and exhale slowly. A long and complete exhale, and then you will stop breathing. That means we'll pause after the exhalation. So, full exhale, stop breathing, pause, keep your tongue on the palate. Tongue will stay on the roof of the palate. Only while exhaling, you'll open the mouth, drop the tongue, and exhale again. Tongue to palate, close mouth, pause for 3 to 5 seconds. Then inhale gently into the ribcage. We don't want to see belly breathing here. We don't want to see belly expansion. Here, our objective is to expand the ribcage. And we want to get that left rib down. And that will happen only through exhalation. So now the full pattern. While doing these breathing exercises, think you are doing a meditation. Don't think you are doing exercise. Don't push your body. Let your body relax. Let go of every tension. Just focus on breathing. Close your eyes because it provides 70 to 80% of visual input. And eyes are going to distract us. So we want to cut the visual input. Close the eyes. Stay nice and relaxed. Exhale. Long exhale. Pause. So we want to expand the rib cage. While exhaling, the rib cage will come down, but you don't have to crunch. It will come automatically. Just focus on breathing. Everything is going to be a consequence of exhalation. You don't have to crunch down or get your ribs in deliberately. So we'll get into this position. So you can see my left rib flare. Now I'll show you how to breathe. Exhale. So initially you can just practice this lying breathing for 5 to 7 days, 30 minutes to 1 hour per day. By practicing this, you'll master the art of breathing. So now the breathing is done, we'll shift on the rib cage. So we have a right shoulder that is down. So we have a right chest wall that is compressed. That means we have to expand this area through breathing. So when we are working upon the rib cage, we need to address these two areas. One is going to be the right front chest wall, this area that is depressed. So my right shoulder is down. So I'm not getting sufficient airflow under my right shoulder. That means this area. So this area is compressed. I need to work here, and due to the counter rotation to the left, one other area that is going to be compressed is the left upper back or the left posterior mediastinum. This whole area under the scapula is going to be tight or in extension. So we need to restore the kyphatic curve here. We need to expand these ribs so that the body can truly shift to the left side. So now we learn how to expand this right compressed chest wall. So you'll get into this position, right leg forward, left leg back, make a L, make a L. Now put your weight on the right hand slightly away from the body, keep your elbow unlocked. Now drop the left shoulder. Now I have reversed the situation. My left shoulder is down and my right shoulder is higher. I'm feeling a slight stretch here. Now I'll repeat the same breathing pattern, and with every inhale I should feel expansion on my right chest wall and on the entire right side, running from this area to this area. Keep your left shoulder forward and down, everything relaxed. Slightly press down both the knees, exhale fully, pause. So I felt an expansion and opening of this area. You can start with 3 sets of 5 breaths. This is a very good way to open up the entire right side. In this activity, you have to put the foam roller under the left ilium, this bone. So this is going to be the placement of the hip, this bone over the foam roller. This is the position. Keep your head relaxed. You can use your arm or use a pillow, whatever is comfortable for you. Now I'll keep my arm here. If you're having some discomfort, you can keep it here, but preferably it should be here. And now I'll repeat the same breathing sequence. Now we'll expand this area, posterior mediastinum on the left side. This is activity number one. You have to place a foam block or a pillow under the left ribcage. So I'll place it here and I'll bend forward. Placing this will ensure that my left rib stays in so that the air can go into this compressed area. I'll just hold this position, slightly press on the ground, slightly look forward. Don't do this, keep your neck in neutral position. Slightly look forward, exhale, pause, inhale. Activity number two. Place your left knee on a foam block. This will help you to shift on the left hip. Keep your left hand close to your left knee. Keep your right hand and right knee at a distance. So left side closed and right side open. This is my left side and this is my right side. Press slightly on the ground. Lift your mid back towards the ceiling and exhale all air out. Pause. Inhale. So I am feeling expansion here. 3 sets of 5 repetitions. So this is an activity to expand the upper back or the posterior mediastinum. To bias more air on the left posterior mediastinum, we'll slightly reach with the left arm. Keep your hand in supinated position. Slightly reach forward. Keep your mid back connected to the wall. Don't shrug up your shoulder. Keep your shoulder nice and relaxed. Reach forward. Now exhale all air out. Pause. You can reach with both the arms, and if you want to bias the left side, just reach from the left side. Exhale, get the left rib down. Pause. Inhale. Due to the right bigger diaphragm in the human body, the lower spine will turn to the right side. So this bigger right diaphragm turns the lumbar spine to the right side. So in humans, research says that the lower spine rotates to the right side, and that is the cause of the rotation of this pelvis to the right side. So we don't have a symmetrical pelvis. Most of us will have a pelvis that is slightly this. So the left ilium tips anteriorly and the right ilium tips posteriorly, and there is a component of rotation. The pelvis gets stuck into this position. So how to get the pelvis back? Most of the people will have a left rib flare. When the left ilium is going forward, pelvis is rotating to the right, body is counter rotating back to the left. There is a loss of frontal plane on the left side. We need to restore this frontal plane by activating this muscle. We call it the oblique. This is going to be the first muscle to resolve this pattern. One more important exercise to correct the left rib flare is going to be the left-sided respiratory plank. So we'll get into this position, elbow under armpit. This is going to be the position of the hand, elbow, hip, knee in one line. Now, initially you can just start with this position. Press on the ground and you'll feel activation in these muscles. Hold this position and breathe. Exhale. Pause. Inhale. The next progression is going to be this. Elevate your hips. Try to make a C or rainbow. Turn your hip toward the ground. Look down at your hand. Reach forward. Now exhale all air out. Pause. Inhale. You can start with 3 sets of 5 repetitions. Now comes the pelvis. Now we need muscles of the left leg to get this left ilium back. That is going to the right and this is forward. So we need to activate some muscles that will get the pelvis back to the left. Now, what are these muscles? Number one muscle is going to be your left hamstring, especially the left medial hamstring. Number two muscle is going to be the left adductor. In this pattern, the pelvis is stuck on the right side. So the right side is good at loading but is not good at pushing. So we need some activities that will teach us how to push from the right side and truly get to the left side. That is learning the left stance and pushing from the right side. To push from the right side, we need this muscle that is the gluteus maximus. So this is a very good activity to activate the left hamstring and to get the left pelvis back. Keep full feet contact on the wall. Your heel, your big toe and the lateral part of the feet should be connected to the wall. Now you need to tuck the left pelvis. So this is pelvic tuck. So initially you can learn it on both the sides. Pull back with the heels and do a slight posterior tilt. Now when you learn it on both the side, then you can shift to only left pelvic tuck. Get into this position. Number one mistake that people do is they push on the wall. You need to learn how to pull on the wall. So when I get into this position with full feet contact, I put most of my weight on my heel and my left hamstring is activated. I'll reach with the left hand. This is my right arm back and relaxed. I can feel a contraction in my left hamstring. I'll just hold the position, exhale all air out, pause, inhale. If done correctly, the air will go into the right chest wall. When we are doing this activity, we want to slightly shift the pelvis to the left side. So that is going to be the hip shift part of this activity. So when we are doing this activity, you need to shift to the left side. So this is the pelvis that is rotated to the right. We'll get it back in space. Now when I'm shifted to the left side, I'm feeling my adductor. Now I'll get into the position and perform the drill. You can also take a pillow between the knees, get into the position. Inhale, pull back on the wall, and on the exhale, press on the pillow without activating the right adductor. Once you'll master this activity, then you can shift to the 90-90 hip shift exercise. And here, hip shifting is going to be very important and feet contact. Try to sense the left heel and the right arc. So you'll get into this position, do a slight pelvic tuck, lower back will stay flat on the ground, put something between the knees, shift your pelvis to the left side, and now you'll just perform the activity. On the inhale, you'll pull back with the left hamstring, and on the exhale, you'll press on the pillow and keep your right feet relaxed, activate the left leg muscles. Now this activity is the game changer. This will restore the frontal plane of the pelvis. Here I am using a foam block. You can also place a ball between the knees. It should not be too hard. 90-degree on the knees, 90-degree on the hips. Get into this position. Full feet contact on the wall. Now at first you need to shift to the left side. So initially you can just practice, let your left knee go forward and pull it back, forward, back. And in this exercise you have to do a slightly posterior tuck of the pelvis so your left lower back and hip flexor stays relaxed. So this is the position. Inhale, pull your knee back, exhale, press down on the foam block. I am feeling a sharp contraction in my groin. That means I am doing this correctly. So inhale, exhale. With few repetitions, you can slightly elevate the position of the feet. That will drive more internal rotation at the hip socket. So Again, inhale, exhale. In this activity, we'll activate the right glute max. For this, you need a mini band, a towel, or a pillow. So here we'll put this pillow under the left rib. We want to get out of this high position of the right hip. So we'll place a roll towel or a pillow under the left rib. This is the position. 90-degree on the knees, 90-degree on the hips. You can take a pillow or rest your head on your arm. So we are in this position. So initially, just glide your knee forward without moving the whole body. So don't move your body as a whole unit. Keep your body still. Just move the right knee forward, move it back, move it forward, move it back. Now the activity is full feet contact. Here you need to feel the right arch or the medial part of the feet. That will activate the right glute max. So push the right knee forward and then we'll turn it out. So it is a modified clamshell. Right knee forward, out, feeling the inside part of the feet. Now full exhale, pause. One important cue that is used in all the exercise is the reference of left heel and right arch. So when the body is stuck in the right dominant pattern or the lateral pelvic tilt or the left AC right PC pattern, so the brain is receiving more input from the right heel and the left arc. That means these two areas, the right heel and left arc, so the medial part of the left feet is more connected to the brain. So what most people feel is that their weight distribution is on the outer side or heel of the right feet, and on the left it is on the inside part. So people will have mixed arches, and left is going to be pronated, right is going to be supinated in the relation to each other in most of the cases, but in some cases you can see a pronated right feet. Human body is a master compensator. So to reverse the pattern, we need to reverse this reference. So we need to sense this area of the left feet, that is going to be the left heel area, and right arc area. So the pronation of right feet is mandatory to push off the right side and get to the left side. Because without the pronation of the right feet, you won't push off from the right side and your body won't leave the right side and you will never get to a true left stance. So this is the basic asymmetry of the human body. On top of this, some people can have a left shoulder that is depressed. Some people can have a left hip hike. So don't get confused. So get yourself assessed by a professional who understands this. But some of you might not fit under this typical left AC right BC pattern. Studies and research says some people can also be shifted to the left side. Some people can have a left shoulder drop, left hip hike, or a right pronated feet. So every human is different. Human body is a master compensator. It can compensate in 1,000 other ways. So you need a professional who will assess your body, and then he'll give you the exercises that is specifically required for your specific issues. If this video was helpful, please like the video, share the video, and comment down your feedback. Share this video, that helps me, that will help my channel to grow and will help a lot of other individuals who are suffering from this condition. So your like and share will tell the algorithm that this video is useful.